Hey everyone, I am back. Going to talk about the Oscars this week. Those are coming out in like 10 days. There's a lot to talk about with the Academy Awards this year, and I wanted to spend a couple minutes throwing my thoughts out there into the world. So I'm just going to do that. So, first off, to those of you who watch my channel regularly, sorry I missed an upload. I was sick and traveling, which made me not really want to work on this. So, sorry about that, but now back to it. Let's start by asking the big question. Do the Oscars really matter? And how important are these awards in reality? The funny thing about the Academy and the awards it doles out, it was originally created to placate an industry and keep them from unionizing entirely and demanding higher wages. Don't really have a larger point with that. I just recently learned it and found it interesting. A ton of industries have yearly awards that are given out, though, so why are the Oscars on this big pedestal? Well, it's because the Oscars do matter, because we decided they did. And it's pretty common to hear someone in the film community talk about how they don't care about the Oscars or how it doesn't matter who wins. I do it a lot. But then those same people reference many Academy Award-winning films and actors with reverence suggesting otherwise. I do this as well. It's a little bit of a weird contradiction. They both don't matter and matter a lot. It's kind of like when people ask why movie stars and athletes get paid so much money. It's because we as a society have spoken with our wallets and our eyeballs to make it be that way. So yeah, the Oscars matter because we have made them matter while also claiming to not really care about them. They carry weight to both mass audiences and members of the industry. Now I want to transition to talk about some fucking bullshit. The Academy's pathetic attempt to appeal to a wider viewership by giving out several of the awards during commercial breaks, specifically the awards for cinematography, film editing, makeup and hairstyling, and live-action short. This is super stupid and clearly an attempt to bring in viewers who find these awards boring, Just a thought, Academy, those people aren't going to watch this program no matter what you do. Watching the Academy Awards is a niche thing for film nerds like me. Sure, a lot of people will have it like playing in the background or something, but they're not going to notice the difference in length of the broadcast because they're not paying attention. Now, if you doubt the importance of these awards, just do some research and discover the hot garbage the original Star Wars would have been before the edit. The film landscape would be entirely different today if it was not for editing. But what do I know, right? I'm just some random dude on YouTube, and yeah, true, but I brought some backup. Put this point across more eloquently and with more credibility than I would alone, I'll invoke a recent tweet from Guillermo del Toro that says, I would not presume to suggest what categories should occur during commercials on the Oscars night, but please, cinematography and editing are at the very heart of our craft. They are not inherited from a theatrical or literary tradition, they are cinema itself. And in the slightly less eloquent words of Academy Award-winning actor Russell Crowe, this is such a fundamentally stupid decision, I'm not even going to be bothered trying to be a smartass about it. It's just too fucking dumb for words. You tell them, Russell. They're both right, though. And so am I. Now, I want to touch on one more thing before signing off. The nomination of Black Panther for Best Picture. This has become weirdly controversial for a lot of people for some reason, and even before the nominations, there was a really weird backlash that seemed to correspond directly to the increasing popularity and success of the film. Just a quick side note. Hating popular things doesn't make you cool or edgy or anything. If you don't like something, that's totally fine. I'm not shitting on you here, but hating something because it's popular is just stupid. Now, the big question. Should Black Panther have been nominated for Best Picture? Short answer, yes. In a vacuum, where the only thing that mattered was the film's quality, is it the superhero film I would most want to see recognized by the Academy as a Best Picture contender? Despite its quality? No. From this year alone, I would have put Into the Spider-Verse in there instead, and from years past, I would have put Logan and The Dark Knight as nominees, as, in my opinion, all three of these are stronger films. But Black Panther is awesome, and we don't exist in that hypothetical vacuum. Black Panther had a massive cultural impact last year, and it resonated with a ton of people. Now, the nomination is getting criticized because it seems to be taking this cultural impact into account in its decision, which it is totally doing. But that is the very thing that tons of people, including me and a bunch of other people who like superhero films, have been crying for them to do for years. I can't even count how often it was said that the nominees were good films, but they would often be forgotten in a year or two, where more mainstream blockbuster films like the Avengers series and what have you would have a lasting cultural impact despite being ignored by the Academy. Now the Academy is doing the thing that people have asked them to do, and they're being super criticized for it. So, is the Black Panther nomination a move by the Academy to remain relevant? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Is it still something they should do? Very much yes. The cultural impact this film had and continues to have is in itself an achievement in filmmaking. Even if the film didn't leave a massive emotional impact on you, you can't deny that it did have that impact on a lot of other people. One realization that I've sort of finished developing recently is that almost nothing in the world is about me or even remotely related to me. So, if Black Panther's narrative or emphasis on diversity didn't move you, then you weren't the one it was meant to move. And that's totally cool, because almost nothing in the world is about you either. Not throwing shade here, just trying to offer a potential new perspective. Just some food for thought. And besides that, the movie is pretty awesome, with great writing, performances, world building, and character design. If a couple bad CGI shots ruin the whole thing for you, that's just a bit sad. And that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. It would make you very cool. And if you want to see more from me, you can always check out my website, dylanstormday.com, and follow me at DylanD1026 on both Instagram and Twitter. I write movie reviews on the site and do a couple other creative things too. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good one.